Hi guys, welcome back to Miss Henrik's video demo. Today I'm going to show you how to make bagels from scratch. So let's look at our mise en place. Alright, so you'll need eggs for an egg wash, that's for later. You'll use some bread flour. So bread flour is just flour that has a higher gluten content or higher protein content. Yeast. A little bit of vegetable oil. This is barley malt syrup. Just a little bit of sugar. And then some regular salt for the dough, and then some coarse salt for the top of your bagels. Or you can do a variety of different flavorings. These are just some sesame seeds. And maybe I'll give it a try, some cheddar jalapeno, so we'll see about how that goes. Okay, to start, you're going to inoculate your yeast, which means you take it from its little dry form, put it in warm water. Warm water is about 105 to 115. And if you don't have a thermometer, it just feels very warm to the touch, but not unbearably hot. So you can just use the water from your sink. Pour that into a large bowl. See about my temperature. Okay, that's 113. So sprinkle in 1 1/4 teaspoon of yeast. You want to just stir it a little bit, just so that all the yeast is wet, but you really don't have to stir it that much, and you just let that sit for 5 minutes until it becomes nice and bubbly. Okay, after 5 minutes, you can see that all the yeast is dissolved, and there are some tiny bubbles forming around the sides. That means that our yeast is coming alive. And now we need to feed our yeast. So yeast is a living thing, and it needs to be fed, and what it likes to eat is sugar. So we're going to give it 1 teaspoon of, this is called barley malt syrup. It's basically like a sugar syrup made from barley. What? Oh my gosh, it's very sticky. And then 1 1/2 teaspoons of regular sugar. The barley malt is just really for flavor. And then we'll also add in 2 teaspoons of just regular vegetable oil. And I know I misspoke before. I said 1 1/4 teaspoons of yeast. It was actually 1 1/2 teaspoons. Not a big deal, but I just wanted to fix that. All right, now you're going to add in 1 1/2 cups to 2 cups of your bread flour. And you can start stirring it in with a whisk or a spoon, but you'll eventually need to use your hands. Save that for later. Once it becomes a ball of dough, you're going to put it out onto a floured surface. Make sure your hands are floured too so that the dough doesn't stick too much. Okay. All right, so here's your dough. And you want to knead this for minimum 5 minutes, up to 10 minutes until you have a nice elastic dough. So let's just show you. You want to push down, fold the dough over, turn the dough, push down, fold the dough over, turn it, push down, fold the dough, turn, and keep doing that over and over and over. Someone set a timer. Like I said, minimum 5 minutes. So this is what your dough should look like when you're done. It's nice and elasticy, soft. So roll it up into a ball. Take your mixing bowl, and we want to grease this so that it does not stick. So this time we're going to use just some olive oil, vegetable oil. Get all around the sides of the bowl. Like so. Good. Put the dough in there, cover it with plastic wrap. Put it in the refrigerator for overnight. Or if you're going to cook this the same day, it would just be until the ball of dough is doubled in size. And we'll see you the next day. All right, so it's the next day. You want to make sure that if you put your dough in the refrigerator, you take it out at least an hour beforehand. That will be my job. Just flour your working surface a little bit just so you don't stick. Flour your hands and turn the dough out from the bowl. Okay, now you'll divide this up into 5 to 6 pieces using your bench scraper. All right, now you take one of these pieces and you're gonna roll it out into a long rope. Just like the pretzels that we made. Okay. And now to make this a bagel shape, you want to flatten one side and then loop the other side over, pinch it together. So we have a circle. We'll do that to the rest of our bagels. I want to make jalapeno cheddar bagels. You're going to want to work your jalapenos in at this point. So I chop mine up slightly. I remove the seeds. That's important because that's a little too spicy. Lay them in the middle of your dough, as many as you want. And then this is, you're going to kind of fold them, work them in to the middle of your bagel. Stuff those back in if they fall out. Okay. And then once again, pinch one side down, fold your bagel to a circle, pinch that side really well, even roll it a little bit together like so. Okay, and then lay that onto a floured baking sheet. Now you want to do this part quickly because these bagels need to proof again for about 15 to 20 minutes. So remember, our class time is only an hour, so you really need to make these bagel shapes quickly so that we can proof them, bake them, and eat them. I'm going to see what they look like in 15 minutes. I'm going to try to save that time. So I'll put my plastic wrap back on top, set that to the side. Now, while you're waiting for your bagels to proof, you want to do two things. You want to get a pot of water boiling with the malt syrup and some salt. You also want to preheat your oven to 450 degrees Fahrenheit. Like I said, you want a teaspoon of salt to flavor this water. We'll do a heaping teaspoon. And then 2 tablespoons of your malt syrup. Still waiting for my water to boil. I'm going to prepare my egg wash, which is just 1 egg. You can use a ramekin. Ooh. And 1 tablespoon of water. And all you do is you just mix that up. And you'll use a pastry brush to brush the tops of your bagels when they come out of the boiling water. Okay. You also want to get another separate baking sheet and line it with parchment paper. Here we go. So have your 30-second timer ready to go. You want to slip these bagels in 2 at a time into your boiling water. Simmering at this point now. Start the time for 30 seconds. Alright, fast forward 30 seconds. I'm using tongs and a slotted spoon. Another great tool would be the spider strainer. So now 30 seconds are over. You want to flip those bagels over to the other side and start another 30 seconds. Okay, another 30 seconds is up. I'm going to carefully pull out my bagels and lay them down on my parchment paper. And then do that one more again until all my bagels have been boiled. Now my bagels are all out of the boiling liquid. You want to paint the tops of each with your egg wash. And you're going to sprinkle on your flavorings at this point. So, show you that. These are going to be my little sesame seed ones. Sprinkle that on top. Yum, yum, yum. Maybe I'll just do one with just salt. Just coarse salt. I love salt. Salt on there too. And my jalapeno cheese. Let's see right here. Oh boy. Alright, once you're done with topping, you put them in the oven for about 15 minutes. And here we go. Here's the final product. You can eat them right away, or you could take them with you, you know, toast them in the toaster with butter or cream cheese, you know the deal. So I hope you learned a lot from this video demo. Thanks for watching.